how you can create a plugin from scratch. So basically we'll create a Visual Studio project and then we'll create a sample plugin. We will register that assembly and at the end we'll create a plugin and plugin step to test their functionality. So we will learn how we can create a plugin from the scratch and how we can register it. So for this, and before we start, we would need two things: plugin registration tool and a Dynamics 365 trial instance. So this is the MS-Doc link from where you can download the plugin registration tool if you don't have. So I will leave this link in the description box so that you can use it. And I have created one trial instance. So basically you also have to create a trial instance, and if you are new, so I have already created one more video and showed how we can create a Dynamics 365 trial instance. So I will also leave that link in the description box that you can use to create your trial instance. So now we are good and let's start. So I have a Visual Studio open. So we will be creating a new project. So let me go and create a new project. It will be a class library.net project. So I will select class library.net framework, click next, give a proper name. So I will give plugin demo, choose your location, and then finally select the framework. I am selecting 4.6.2. So click on create. So it will create a project. So let's check the structure. Okay, so it is created. First, what we'll do is we'll just rename this file and we will use the same file. So let's rename it. And click enter. So there will be a pop-up, click yes, and this class name will be renamed, and save it. Whenever we are going to create an account, so on create of account, we will be creating a task and we will be associating a task with the account. So on create of account, a task will be created and will be associated with the account. So I'm just taking this basic example. So first we have renamed our class name, so that is fine. Now let's install our CRM SDK libraries. So what I'll do is just right click on your project and you will see this manage new kit package. So we have to install Microsoft CRM SDK core library assemblies. So install this, accept the agreement, and it will just take few seconds. If you see here, all the assemblies, required assemblies would be installed. So we are good here. You will see here everything is there. Now what we have to do, second step is we will just include the namespaces which we will be using. So first is service model and second is Microsoft.xrm.sdk. So we'll be using these two and save it. Now let's sign in the assembly. So what you have to do is right click on your project, go to properties, go to signing, sign the assembly, create a new assembly, create a strong key file. So I'll be creating a new key file name, so that will be plugin demo, and I don't want to restrict it with the password. So I'll uncheck this and OK, and I'll save it. So now let's start with the code. So firstly what we have to do is we have to implement the iPlugin interface, and it is having the execute method. So we will be using that. So let's create a method execute which will have one parameter, that would be this. So here we are good. If you go here now, so this is the method which we will be implementing. So it would need one parameter. So till here we are good. Now what we have to do is, in my blog I have already mentioned the code, so we will be using that code. So go to this link Here I have mentioned the step by step how you can register a plugin, which I'm showing you right now. So just scroll down, and as of now, just copy this code. I'll explain you. So basically, if you see here, I'm just doing nothing. So we are using eye tracing service interface. With the help of this, we will be, adding the trace logs to trace our plugin. Secondly is iPlugin execution context. So this context will give us the record context which we will be using. Example context. So from here, if my target is entity, so at the end, I'll be using this context in the later code which we will be writing here. So basically the account we are going to create, so in the context we will get the account data, account details. So example, we will get the account ID to associate that account record with the task. So this is a simple code. This line, from the context we are getting the target entity record in the entity object, but as of now we will not be using it. So we can leave it or we can comment it out, but it's fine. Second point is organization service factory. So this is the main thing. So we'll be creating an object service. So this will help us to create the request. Example, we'll be going to create a task. So using the service, we will be going to create a task. So this is the first part. Now again, go to my blog and copy the code. And here we will be creating a task and associating it with the account. So just remove this part inside try and paste it. So from code perspective also we are good. Now it's time to register our assembly. How you can associate this code with your environment to see how this plugin will work. So what we have to do is, I have already logged in into my plugin registration tool. So you just go to click on create new connection, provide your details, and then log in. So you will be now logged in your environment. Now what we are trying to do is, first we'll register assembly. So click on register new assembly, and then we have to navigate to the path where we have the DLL. So basically before that, what we will do, we'll just do a build. I'll cross check if it is debug, it is correct. Now let me build the solution once. So my build is succeeded. So I'll just cross it. And if you want to see your folder, just go to open folder in File Explorer, and in the bin, in the debug, you will see your DLL is created, and that's what we are going to use it. So if I'm going to this, we have to click on this, and let me go to our path and select plugin demo.dll. So we are good here. Now we'll register our plugin. If you see, assembly registered and one plugin registered. So our new plugin that we have created, create account plugin, is now registered. Click on OK. And here if you see, our assembly is created, a plugin is created. Now it's time to add a step. So right click on that, register new step. So what message means is what we have to do. So here I want on create of account, it should run, and which entity I want to select, so that is account entity. So on account create, I want to run this plugin, so that I have selected. So filtering attributes are never required for the create message. So this is post part, and I want to run at post operation. So I will be going to create one more video where I'll explain these three operations. So as of now, just select post operation, and usually we should run at asynchronous mode, but it depends on our project requirement. So as of now, I'm selecting synchronous because we will see the results. So I'll click register new step. So it will create a step right here. So our step is also created. We have registered our assembly. Now it's time to test our functionality. So just go to your environment. So we'll go to new. I'll just give basic concepts, and I will just save it. So my account is created, and if I want to check that my plugin ran or not, I'll go to related activities. Yes, so if you see, the new task has been created. So we have given the subject. So if we'll go and recheck, yes, the subject is send email to the new customer. So this task is created. So if you see, this is the description that we have given, and in the regarding object, our account has been linked. So this is how we can create a plugin from the scratch, and that's what we did, and we have tested our functionality. So if it is helpful for you, please leave a comment, and if you have any doubts, you can leave a comment. I'll try to reply. And if you like this video, so please hit the like button. Thanks for watching.